a leader training, and he was asking everyone, like, so, what's your favorite food? And, like, everyone was like, I like spaghetti, and I like wings, and I like pizza. And I just went, I like food. It's my favorite thing. So, and just, like, thinking about what kind of story I wanted to tell y'all. Like, an important part of my life was my first, like, real car. So my freshman year of college, whenever I left, my dad, he was like, McKenna, I found the perfect car for you. And I was like, yes! And so I saw it, and I was like, it blew my mind. It was beautiful. I felt like it was like the coolest car to like drive up to campus in, like, they see me rolling, like, let's go! And I don't know if y'all are like mentally prepared for how cool this car is. So I'm just gonna ask Garrick to go to the next picture so y'all can fully understand my swag wagon. Am I right? Oh yeah. Man. Like, it was that color, it was white. So I just stood out. I mean, I don't know if it looks like a rolling Twinkie, like it just, but it was cool, okay? So whenever I got this car, I was like, Dad, it's so cool. I was like crying. And the next step, obviously, is to make it like even cooler, to elevate it, to make it look like your own. And so I started buying like all these stickers, because you know all the cool college people, they have like stickers all over their windows to be like, this is what I'm about. So I put them all over my car. And then I got seat covers, because like cool people have seat covers. I don't remember what was on them, but they were cool. Like a steering wheel cover, it was fuzzy because I'm like that. I don't know, I just like souped this thing up. Like, you're lucky I didn't put flames on it. I was too poor to put flames on it. But that was the next step. So, jump to my sophomore year of college. It's Easter weekend, and I was so slammed with homework that I was like, I just can't like leave. I can't go home for the weekend. My sister just got her wisdom teeth taken out, so it's gonna be like a really miserable weekend. And so I was like, I'll just stay at school. Well, Friday night, I'm like chilling in my dorm, watching Netflix like any normal college kid does. It was like 11 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? I might as well just drive home now. Like, I'm gonna be up till 2 a.m. anyways, watching Netflix. Like, it's a 3-hour drive home. It's not that bad. The deer, they're all sleeping in the woods. So I won't hit a deer. So I call up my buddy Taryn, and I'm like, Taryn, I got this really adventurous, cool thing, because I'm not adventurous. So I was like, I'm gonna be adventurous. I'm gonna go home for the weekend. I know it's crazy, but I can do it. And she was like, okay. So she did not want me to go. Chandler has also reminded me he did not want me to go. So, but I didn't, because I'm a rebel. So I hop in my swag wagon, plug in my aux cord, and I turn on that beat, and I drive. Like I get 20 minutes outside of Brownwood, and I'm like, bump into my beats, and having a good drive. And I come up over this hill, and all I remember is like looking out on this 4-lane highway and seeing the whole thing covered in wild hogs. The next thing I remember is going, as I plowed into this huge, like I did not, there was no time to be like, oh, swerve. Like, it just happened, it was inevitable. So I close my eyes and I clench on the steering wheel and I plow into these hogs, and I like fishtail, like semi-coolly into the opposite shoulder. It's like it's grass and there's a fence, so I just remember like stopping in this fence. Then I really start to freak out. It was like really ugly. There was like tears and snot coming out of my nose, and I called my dad and I was like, Dad, I ran into hit some hogs. My dad, who's annoyingly calm, was like, okay, I'll see you in 2 hours. And so I was like, so I sit in my car and I just like start bawling again. It was really ugly. Like, if you would have met me then, you'd been like, this girl is crazy. I've never been friends with her. And I just sat there because I was stuck. I didn't have anywhere to go. So, pause, time out. Like, we're like in the climax of the Netflix movie, but we got pause it because I got something to tell you. So, dang it, microphone struggle. So last week, Colby, or I guess it was 2 weeks ago. Man, time flies when you're having fun. So 2 weeks ago, Colby gave you this like really, really cool illustration of our need as a bucket with a hole in it, and we're just like trying to fill with water, right? Do y'all remember that? You don't remember that?
Yes! Yes, I remember.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're so awake. And so what he was trying to illustrate is our need for something. But what I want to do is I want to take this like a level further, a level deeper. I want to talk about why do we have this need? Why is there just like this hole in our bucket? Why can't our bucket like be closed and like hold the water like it's supposed to? Well, and another thing, another question is like, why do we try day after day to fill our buckets? If we feel like it's going nowhere, if it leaves us empty, why do we try? Well, the answer to that question seems pretty simple, and it's because of sin, which we've all heard of. And if you haven't, my thing tonight is I'm going to take 3 questions, and I'm going to take something that seems like really big and kind of like, what is this? What is sin? Question mark. And I'm going to break it down, make it like really simple. So, just like Colby had a bucket, I have a vase. Okay? So bear with me, I'm a metaphor kind of person, I'm visual. So just how I think about myself and my needs is as an empty vase, okay? And just like this vase, just like I said, we're empty. We need to be filled. And the thing is that in our need to be filled, we try over and over again to fill that need. We're in constant pursuit of it. So what this may look like is, let's say at birth, we got, I think I have here 20,000 pennies, literally 20,000. I said, hey lady, can I have $20 worth of pennies? And she said, okay. So she handed me 20,000 pennies. So, in our pursuit of filling up our emptiness, we sleep with a boy. We take that drug. We drink that drink. We cheat on the test so we can make our parents proud because parents want us to be proud. Our parents want to be proud of us. We practice over and over and over and over and over and over and over again on sports because, again, we got to get that scholarship to get that successful career so we can make that 6 figures so we can have a family to pick 5 picket fence. And we drink more drinks, and we go to the parties, and we sleep with the boys, and we sleep with the girls, and we lie, and we steal, and we cheat, and we do all this stuff to try and fill our need. But leading into the next question, what is sin? Like, what even is it? We talk about it all the time. We've heard the word before. What is it? Well, the reality is, in a really messed up way, we are born into sin. A freaking long time ago, the world is broken. And so every time a baby pops out the womb, we're sinners. That's the reality. It sounds weird, like you look at a baby and you're like, oh, it's so cute. But you all should look at it and be like, oh, it's a sinner. Just being real. So each of us, y'all bear with me, y'all come back. I know, I'm sorry. So we each are broken. Just like Colby had the bucket with the empty bottom. And the thing is that sin, in its brokenness, it reveals itself in different kind of symptoms. So just like you have a mosquito bite, the cause of the mosquito bite is a mosquito. But the way that the mosquito reveals that it's been there and it's there is through this bite that itches and bothers and bugs you non-stop. It just won't stop. And it just calls for your attention because it wants you to itch it. It wants you to scratch it. It wants you to relieve the need, relieve that pain, so you can make it stop. But, man, a verse that I love in talking about sin is Romans 7:20, which says, "Now, if I do what I do not want, it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells within me." Let me read that one more time. "Now, if I do what I do not want, it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells within me." So it's like having the flu with no cure. It's like having pneumonia or like, I don't even know, like I said, a mosquito bite. Another translation that I like is, "For I do not understand my own actions. For I do not do what I want, but I do the very thing I hate." We do this. We invest all these moments, all this stuff into our lives in hopes it will fill us up. But the thing is, and what we don't realize in our brokenness is that although this looks like a penny and it talks like a penny and it walks like a penny, this is not a penny. What this is something, I mean, yes, it literally is a penny. But in my metaphor, y'all just bear with me, y'all ride along with me, is that this penny holds about half the value. So we have filled our vase, we just keep going. We're like, man, I lay at night in my bed and I'm sad. I sit at home Friday nights and I'm alone. The boy said he didn't like me. The girl slept with me and then she walked away. I failed that test. My parents told me they weren't proud of me, so I cheated some more. The thing is we filled our jar with stuff that is fake. That's not real. So my next question is, what does this do with us? What does this do to us? After we filled our jar, after we filled it with all this stuff, what happens? Where does it go? What does all this investing do? And the reality is that it separates us from God. Because the thing that really sucks about this is that this is a pretty good life. You're full. I mean, you're doing pretty good. You're making your parents proud. You got the cute boyfriend. You're partying. You got lots of friends. But the thing is that this is really, really heavy. Like, I mean, this weighs a lot. I don't want to have to carry this all the time. Romans 6:23 says, "For the wages of sin is death." For the wages of sin is death. The one thing I want y'all to hear through all the pennies and all of my storytelling and all of, I don't know, if I messed up and y'all have been, I don't know, not paying attention, it's cool, it's whatever. The one thing I want y'all to hear me say tonight is that sin will pay you. It will reward you. Doing all these things, it will get you somewhere. But the somewhere that it will get you is death. Crashing my car, the thing that I invested all of my energy, all of my money, all of my time in, it left me stranded. It gave me nothing. Like, it wasn't as though I crashed it into the fence, crashed it into the hogs, killed 6 of them. It left me stranded. And it wasn't like it was like, "Mckena, that's my last act at your swag wagon. I will give you back everything that you put into me," and like dollar bills spit out of the grill. It's not gonna do that. Sin doesn't do that. Sin asks you for more. My favorite quote is that sin leads you into a lobby of light, some place that looks really, really fun, and like you want to be a part of it. Like you will belong, like you will feel satisfied, like you will feel filled. But then it leads you into a room of darkness. That's the reality of sin. But just like my story was paused, there's an end to my story. There's an end to this story. So I, with my whole being, want y'all to come next week. Can y'all do that for me?
Yes.
Can y'all do that for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So y'all come back next week because the story is not over. Your vase is filled, but there's something that you get to do with it. Okay? So I'm going to pray.